Tinubu didn't have to send the Air Force and the military to deal with this particular insurrection, this threat to our own sense of security and equilibrium. No, there are easier ways of doing it. Let me tell you where Tinubu should have looked for forces to quell that insurrection. Right here in Lagos, right here. Or in Abuja, perhaps, I don't know. But there was no need to call the military or the Air Force. I'll tell you what happened. On one of my home visits, this about 2 months ago, I was coming out of a hotel and I saw what looked like a film set. And I said, oh, they're shooting a film. That was on the grounds of this hotel. And a young man detached himself from the actors, came over and greeted me, very polite, very nice young man. And I said, are you shooting somebody? I said, I'm just joking. Are you shooting a film? He said, no. And I looked around. There was nearly a whole battalion occupying that, the grounds of that hotel, in Ikoyi, right here. So I got back in my car and I asked the driver who that young man was. And he told me. And I saw this SWAT team, a mixture. They were at least heavily armed, at least some 15 or so heavily armed to the teeth security personnel. Looked sufficient to take over a small country, neighboring city like Benin. And I think the next time, the president should just call and say, Seyi, go and quell the rebellion over there. I was so astonished that I started looking for the National Security Advisor. I said, track him down for me. I think they got him somewhere in Paris, but I was with the president. He was at a meeting. And I said, I've just seen something I can't believe, I don't understand. And I described the scene to him. I said, do you mean that a child of the head of state goes around with an army for his protection or whatever? I couldn't believe it. Later on, I did some investigative journalism. And I inquired, and I found that apparently this is how this young man goes around with his battalion, his heavy armed soldiers. Of course, the road was cleared before his car went out. I stayed until it seemed he was leaving. So next time there's an insurrection, I think the president should just call that young man and say, go and put down those stupid people there. You have enough troops under your command, so don't bother me with all these security issues any longer. Let's not overdo things. This is not the first country that has a head of state. It's not the first country whose head of state has families. And I think children should know their place. They are not potentates. They're not heads of state. And the security architecture of a nation like this suffers some injury and alienation when we see such a heavy devotion of security to one young individual. You'll excuse me, but I'm in and out most of the time. And this place is named after me. It's my center. So if I go off the immediate subject of our ward, I hope you'll excuse me for taking possession of my own center.
I know I'm not dreaming. Baba Soyinka calling a spade about Tinubu APC-led government. How? Since when? Baba Soyinka, what do you want? What do you want from Mr. Tinubu and the APC government? What seeketh thou? Anyway, I know you would definitely not want to share. Meanwhile, if you are confused, about why he said those things he said in the video you just watched? Watch this next one. I'll be right back. The video you just watched is Tinubu's son, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That was his son, Seyi Tinubu, with a lot of security officials guiding him. Before I go into details, I want to know, I'm very curious. So I want to know what Professor Wole Soyinka wants from Tinubu APC government. What does he want from them? And don't even get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I know why I am asking. If you are a Nigerian and you have been following the way things are going in the country, you would understand the reason I asked that question. Is it wrong for an elder to see something going wrong in the country and speak about it? Call the government out for his bullshit? Hell no. But in Nigeria, it is not a common thing. It is not common to see the elderly ones speaking against the government in power. So when we see things like this, we are surprised. It is commendable, mind you, but we are surprised. Why are we surprised? Because this same person has not been calling out the government. This same person has not said anything bad about the ills of this Tinubu APC-led administration. He has not been saying anything bad about this government. So coming out all of a sudden to say this about the president's son and the president himself is surprising. It is surprising. That is the reason I asked, what does he want from Mr. Tinubu? What does he want from APC government? What does he want? Is he trying to get their attention for something? I don't understand, because this is not a common behavior. In Nigeria, when things are going wrong, the elders shut their mouth. So many things have been going wrong in this country, and the elders we look up to shut their mouth. They have refused to speak. Even the ones that opened their mouth to speak, at the end of the day, we were so disappointed. If they are not supporting Tinubu because he's their in-law, they are supporting him because he's a Yoruba man. Or they are supporting him because he's a Muslim. So that is the reason I'm surprised that Professor Wole Soyinka, who for a very long time now has not said anything bad about this government, is suddenly coming out to speak the truth. He said the truth. We are not supposed to be surprised. But like I said earlier, the reason I am surprised is because it is not common. It is not a common thing he does. Well done, Professor. At least on this matter, you are right. Professor Wole Soyinka was right. He was right by saying that Mr. Tinubu didn't need to send troops to Benin Republic when they asked for his help. He would have just sent his son, because the security officials with his son in this video are enough to protect a state or a nation. He was right. And I hope he would continue to speak the truth, because I don't think he has anything to lose. at this stage of his life. He does not have anything to lose by speaking the truth. Now, let's go back to the president's son, Seyi Tinubu. Is there a provision in the Constitution for the office of the president's son or the president's children in Nigeria? I want to know. If you are the type who cannot stand truth, you are so scared, you have phobia for truth, I'm happy to spoil your mood with this video. I'm happy to spoil your mood for the rest of the year and beyond. So if you don't like truth, you are watching this video at your own risk. This is not about political party. This is not about tribe. This is not about religion. It is about doing the right thing. Now, talking about Seyi Tinubu moving about with so many security officials. If Nigeria were a safe country, what does he need them for? Why can't the president's son move about freely like other citizens of Nigeria? Did he offend anybody? Is anyone after his life? So why does he have to move about with so many security officials? Yet, they are claiming, the government is claiming that they are withdrawing VVIP policemen from politicians, from individuals who can afford them. Why? Why not withdraw them from everybody, irrespective of who they are? Mr. Tinubu, did you offend people? Why are you scared that if your child moves about freely, anything would happen to him? Is Nigeria not safe enough? I thought you and your government are claiming that Nigeria is a safe country. I thought you and the APC government are claiming that there is nothing like Christian genocide in Nigeria. People are not dying. I thought that is what you're claiming. I thought you are claiming that there is no terrorism in Nigeria. That the people who are kidnapping and killing people are aggrieved. They are feeling cheated. They are feeling left out. So that is the reason they are harming innocent Nigerians. I thought that was what you said. Did your son offend them? Why can't he move about freely? What does he need so many security officials for? If Nigeria were a safe country, what does he need so many security officials for? If Nigeria were a safe country. And you would come to the comment section to defend them. Is Seyi Tinubu more Nigerian than you are? Is he more of a citizen than you are? If you can move about freely, why can't Seyi Tinubu move about freely in a so-called safe country like Nigeria? Why? But you are in the comment section defending nonsense. You will defend nonsense. You are being cheated. And you don't want to accept the fact that you are being cheated because a fellow Yoruba is the one cheating you. So you would not accept it. It is okay. So long as the person cheating you is a Yoruba man, just as you are a Yoruba, it is okay. It becomes a problem if it is an Igbo man that is cheating you. Shame on you. Shame on you. At his age, Professor Wole Soyinka and his likes stand to lose nothing by speaking the truth. But I don't know why they are usually silent. And even if they decide to speak, when they open their mouth, they support the ills of the government directly or indirectly. Now that he has decided to take a bold step by calling a spade, I hope he continues in that direction. On this note, I rest my case. Kindly share your thoughts in the comments.